got a doozy in Eugene Saturday night. Number 3 Oregon hosting 7th-ranked Michigan State in, believe it or not, the Spartans' first top 10 matchup in the regular season since 1966. Calling the game along with Gus Johnson, Fox's Charles Davis, kind enough to join us for a few minutes. Charles, there has been so much hype about this game in the dawn of the college football playoff. What's its significance in your mind?
I think it's an early tester, Bonnie, for this committee that we don't know how they're going to vote, what their patterns are, what appeals to them, what doesn't, because all we've heard is we're supposed to get the 4 best teams at the end of the year. So it doesn't mean you have to be undefeated anymore to truly stake your claim. If it's a close game, a good game, does that really knock someone out of playoff contention? It shouldn't, because both still have their conference championships ahead of them. And supposedly by the weight of the metrics they've given all of us, Bonnie, they said they'll give extra weight to conference champions. So I don't think either team's knocked out if they play well.
Yeah, the challenge is nobody has a finite definition of what exactly the best team actually means. We all know about Marcus Mariota, Heisman contender for Oregon. He'll be facing a retooled defense in MSU, but one that, still has a bunch of hard-nosed guys. Shalik Calhoun, the headline. How equipped do you think the Spartans are to contain him?
I think they're very equipped because even with the losses, the guys who are filling in for the most part played significantly for Michigan State last year. You already mentioned Shalik Calhoun. Trey Waynes at the corner moves over to the boundary corner spot where Darquez Denard played. Curtis Drummond may be the best free safety in the country. I think they're very equipped for it because they're physical, they're faster than what people give them credit for, and they tackle really well. And against Oregon, Bonnie, if you don't tackle well and put them down on the spot and they turn a play that should be 5 yards into 15 or 50, then you've got a problem on your hands.
You can't afford to swing and miss against this team. If you could have a camera isolate one matchup in this game, who would that feature?
Oh, I love that one. Frankly, I would feature, I would like to keep it a camera on Taiwan Jones, the linebacker from Michigan State, because he's in charge of a lot of calls, and Darian Harris, another linebacker from Michigan State, because they're supposed to split, making sure they're aligned correctly. And you know what that's like, Bonnie, trying to get a line correctly against Oregon. I'd keep my camera on those two to make sure that they are in control of all calls. Because if you see any panic, if you see any of those guys waving around trying to get guys to the right spot, then you can just sit there and almost count on a big play getting ready to happen.
Ducks have won 33 of their last 35 at home. Michigan State, Oregon, 6:30 Eastern on Fox. Charles Davis, enjoy the call. And, of course, you can follow Charles on Twitter at CFD22 on Twitter. Be sure to check out the award-winning Seth Davis Show every Thursday on Campus Insiders. Former Baylor star Robert Griffin III talks to Seth about his evolution in the pros with the Redskins, including his philosophy outside the pocket.
You have to let your instincts take over. So I will protect myself. I will slide and get out of bounds, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, hey, I'm not going to run or I'm just going to stay in the pocket, because that's not the quarterback that I am.
That's the Seth Davis Show every Thursday only on CampusInsiders.com.